What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video where I'll be answering your questions that you guys asked in my Instagram post last week, basically saying a massive thank you for helping this channel reach 1,000 subscribers. I definitely couldn't have done it without you guys, and your support is always greatly appreciated. Since we've reached 1,000 subscriber mark, I definitely feel like we need to keep a family vibe going here. And I reckon it's probably the right time for you guys to get to know me on a more personal level, especially for those who consistently watch my videos. Just having that personal feel to it just makes this whole channel and journey a lot more transparent, so you guys can relate a bit better. In saying that, let's get this Q&A underway. I'm absolutely overwhelmed with your responses. I've gotten over 100 questions from you guys. I just want to apologize in advance that I won't get to every single question that you guys have asked. I feel like I'll answer the ones that will be most relevant to this video and that will be most beneficial for you guys. However, if your question doesn't get answered and you feel it's super important, please comment down below and I'll answer your questions down in the comment section just because I'm a nice guy. Remember, a family, guys. Ahana means
Family means nobody
gets left behind.
Question 1 comes from Tengiz_2001, and he asks, do you play for a professional team? Now, I feel like this is a great question to ask. We'll kick it off right off the bat. The answer to that question is no, I do not play for a professional team. However, I did play college soccer a few years ago. That's probably the height of my career, possibly. Straight after college, I trialed out for the Rochester Rhinos, who play in the USL. So that's the division under the MLS over in America. I also got invited to trial for Georgia Revolution FC and Sioux Falls Thunder FC. So they play in the NPSL, which is 4th division in the US. I mean, the team I play for now is in Cairns, Australia. It's called the FNQ Premier League, and it's a top amateur division. I'd probably say, I mean, it's unofficially called Division 5, I guess. You got the A-League, then you got NPL, State League 1, State League 2. It's really complicated how the Australian football system works. No official promotion relegation from the A-League to the lower divisions. I mean, yeah, it's not officially Division 5, but it's close to it if you compare it to other leagues in Australia. I mean, I think it's a decent competitive league. So I played for a team called Southside Comets Football Club, and we won the league and the grand final this year. And probably just to expand on that question, I do aspire to play professionally at any level, anywhere in the world. It honestly doesn't matter to me as long as I reach my goal. And this is what I want this channel to showcase. I mean, you've seen Matt Sheldon from Become Elite, Nick Humphries from Train Effective, Nat Sheldon Tweedy. I absolutely love all their videos. And in this new day and age where vlogging is a big thing now, I think it's so beneficial. I think those guys are doing a wonderful job in showcasing their journeys and how transparent they are in showing. And that's something that I've wanted to do for a while. And I definitely want to showcase my journey to becoming a professional footballer. Whether I do get there or not, it'll show the reality of my situation. And hopefully that will give you guys a different perspective on a different person's circumstance. Matt Sheldon, who played in the lower leagues of Germany, now he's over in the US. Now you got Sheldon Tweedy, Nick Humphries over in England. And I definitely want to showcase my journey and possibly in a different part of the world to those guys. So in summary, no, I don't play professionally, but I am an aspiring professional footballer. Alright, so next question comes from a local lad. I know him personally. It comes from Cooper Butcher. Have you ever played against a professional player? I never played against a professional player that was professional at the time. However, I've played against a number of players who have been professionals or are now professionals. Players that I've played against that are now professional, I definitely came across a few in the US during my college career. During my time in college, we played against a lot of ex-Liverpool, ex-Everton, ex-Chelsea academy players, League 1, League 2 academy players. One striker that we played against, he played for Genesee, Herkimer, and then Syracuse University. His name was, so Ben Paull. So he got drafted into the MLS for Portland Timbers. He then went on to sign a contract with Orlando City, I'm pretty sure, where he trained with former Ballon d'Or winner Ricardo Kaka. In the FNQ Premier League, there was a guy called Wayne Shroy. He used to play, I think it was for Melbourne Hearts at the time. It was a former A-League team, I'm pretty sure. Okay, this is a perfect personal question. So this comes from Rochelle_Leola. What's your top 3 aspirations in life? Obviously becoming a professional footballer, that is a massive goal in my life. Secondly would probably be my football business, so Nathan Paull Football. I want this channel, I want my brand to be a place of community where any player in the world, regardless of age, gender, religion, financial circumstances, they can come to a place and a community. Any problems they have, I want them to be able to find solutions through Nathan Paull Football. And the third one, this is probably the most deepest aspiration I have. So my mother is from Indonesia and half of my family lives over there at the moment. Whenever I go over there, it makes me grateful for the quality of life I have here back home in Australia, and being over there really opens my eyes up, and it'll open your eyes up if you ever go to a third world country. Life can be difficult for others, and it really gives you a selfless perspective. In a lot of the cities in Indonesia, there are these tin shacks, these little villages in 40-degree heat, that's like 100 Fahrenheit. Got homeless kids, they hardly get any food, you know, they shower in the polluted water, and it's just a sad sight to see. And in terms of relating this goal to football, I feel like Asia has untapped potential everywhere. I mean, the next Ronaldo, the next Messi is in there somewhere, could be in there. You know, this is why Asia isn't a top contender in the World Cup. They're not as big. The leagues, the professional leagues aren't as big as the US, Europe, you know, and that's just down to a lack of opportunity. And it's a shame that this world is coming to money. Everything is about money. If you want opportunity, do you have the money? You want to go overseas and trial, you need the money. Do you want an agent? You need the money. You know, all these kids that have a passion for the game and they can't go out and showcase their passion. They can't improve their skills. They can't make a life out of football just because they don't have the financial capabilities. It's something I want to change. In a perfect bubble, I'd love to play professionally in Asia. I'd want to be able to build an academy of sorts in Asia. You know, and I want to be able to give these kids an opportunity and an improved living standard through football. Yeah, you know, and they may not become professional footballers, but at least they get the mindset that an opportunity is realistic for them, because when they're living in the slums and when they're living such a low standard of life, that's all they know and that's all they think that they're worth, and that really boils my blood, and it's really sad to see that, and that's something that I want to change. You know, it's just messed up how money takes over everything, and this is the result, and it's fact. This question comes from Mr. Falevi14. What is your position? I play as a number 6, a holding midfielder. I can play the 8 or 10 role as well. This question comes from Nate Staps. Do you ever get yourself on a set diet, or do you just go for eating healthy? This is a good question. So I'm sort of in between. I don't like to have a strict set diet where I have to eat chicken, you know, I have to eat fish at this time. I have to eat this vegetable on this day, at this time, on this plate, with this fork, with... No. What I like to do is generalize my diet. So I'd say I'll have cereal in the morning, some carbs, a bit of protein in the morning. Probably the timing is more important for me in terms of eating. I like to have a lot of my carbs for the day in and around my workout. The fuel that I'm using for my body in and around the workout is being used effectively, as opposed to having carbs whenever, and 8 hours before my workout, 8 hours after my workout, and possibly being turned to fat. For example, for dinner, I'll say, okay, I've got to have a bit of meat, I've got to have some whole grain carbohydrates, and I've got to have a lot of fiber. So that might be in the form of fruits or nuts, could be bread, could be vegetables. Yeah, so I just like to generalize my diet. That way it gives me a bit more freedom, and I'm more likely to stick with eating healthily, as opposed to a strict diet where I'm most likely going to give it up. Especially enjoy your food, guys. This question comes from Ariane_Gamiri. When did you start playing football and why? I started playing football at the age of 5, and my dad definitely was a huge influence. Like, literally when I was about 2 or 3, Dad would take me down to the park and we'd start kicking a ball. In my dad's family, I mean, my uncles were all soccer players. So I guess we were a footballing family, and yeah, I just loved everything about it. You know, I just loved everything about the ball. I loved dribbling, I loved passing, I loved shooting, scoring. You know, football is something that, not just the fame aspect, but it's just the football, how it brings a community together, it can bring people together. I mean, regardless of all these world issues at the moment, you got racism, you know, gender issues, equality issues, And I feel like football just brings the world together, and it's just such an enjoyable game, and that is probably one of the biggest reasons why I love it. Interesting. So this is a more college-related question. This comes from David Polita. What did you like about college, and what did you dislike about college? So with the college soccer system, I love the fact that you're able to play at a high competitive level and earn your bachelor's degree at the same time. I'm not sure about other countries, but I know in Australia you're not able to study full-time and play professionally full-time, whereas the college soccer system gives you that professional feel where you're training every single day. In the gym, you've got quality coaches. At the same time, you're juggling your education goals as well. And for me, it was a great learning experience. I got to meet a lot of people that I've made lifelong friends with. It's a different culture over there. I experienced snow for the first time. I love the competitive nature, the professional environment the college soccer system brings. I definitely think it helps me on the maturity aspect. So I definitely learned to discipline myself with time management, getting assignments in on time, making sure I'm training right, I'm fit for the college season. But yeah, college soccer was definitely an experience of a lifetime that I won't be able to get back. And I don't regret making the decision at all. What I dislike about college, probably the tuition fees you have to pay up front. As an international student, you're not able to get student loans. You have to pay everything up front, which is why it's really important that you try and earn a scholarship in the US. This one comes from Bogdan Rajic. What team would you like to consider joining? Probably Liverpool FC, despite how unrealistic that is. Yeah, that would be a dream for me. This one comes from Jacob Salmon. What is your favorite position to play? And which is your favorite player that you idolized when growing up? So I said earlier, I played a holding midfielder role anywhere in the middle of the park, honestly. And the player that I idolized growing up was Michael Owen. Steven Gerrard was definitely a huge inspiration for me. At the moment, currently, it's probably Philippe Coutinho. I love his flair, his creativity in the midfield. It's just mesmerizing to watch. His footwork, especially how he gets out of tight situations. That's definitely something that I want to excel at. This one comes from D. Gerard 7. What college did you play for? What division was it? Did you get a scholarship to play there? How old were you when you joined the college? So the college I played for was Finger Lakes Community College. So it's a community college. It's only a 2-year university. So I had offers from a 4-year institution and a few 2-year colleges. 2013 was when I headed over to the US. I talked to my family about it and what was best for them financially, what was the best opportunity for me to get playing time, and I feel like the community college pathway was the best pathway for me to take. Obviously, a lot of American players disregard the junior college pathway, but I tend to disagree. I definitely wanted that playing time. Also for my family situation financially, I try to keep tuition costs low for them, and I definitely wanted this opportunity to play in the US. So 2 years at Finger Lakes College, which is in New York State. After 2 years, I got offered to play for Keuka College, which was Division 2, which was about an hour away from Finger Lakes. I was definitely keen on signing there. I would have got a 50% scholarship there, but even then, unfortunately, it was a bit too much for my family situation. They were already tight as it is. I didn't want my parents to fork out more money. I didn't want them to get loans just for me. So I thank them every single day for giving me this opportunity, but I felt after that 2 years, it was right for me to head home. How old were you when you joined the college? I was 18 when I joined in 2013. This one comes from Lions_Eric. 1v1 defending tips or things you think about when defending 1v1. I won't answer that here because it's a lot harder to explain just using words. What I might do is film a 1v1 defending video. That way you get a better understanding both visually and verbally as well. This question comes from Christian Herrera. Why did you quit playing? Now, this is a great question to ask. This is definitely personal. So, as some of you know, at the age of 12, I gave up football. As a kid, I was really chubby and I started getting slower. I just wasn't into it as much. I just lost the hunger. Other players were getting faster than me. Also gained another interest at tennis as well. So I just lost my hunger. I lost the enjoyment of playing. In fact, I think the trigger point, I was going for a trial for a state league team, an under 12 state league team called the Wollongong Wolves. I didn't get in, and it was that point where I thought, I'm just going to give it up. I mean, with my mentality now, if I could go back and tell my past self when I was 12, I would tell him never to give up. I would tell him all the things that I know now. But yes, I do have that regret of giving up at the age of 12. I always ask myself, where could I be now if I didn't give up. But yeah, so I played tennis until I was about 17. Then I moved interstate to Queensland up here in Cairns. And that's when I found another local club to play for. And yeah, I just missed the game so much. And I just got that hunger back. 5 years of being depleted of football, not touching the ball at all. 17, I started training individually. I love the idea of improving myself. I found that I hadn't lost my touch. I was quick as other players, and I thought, you know, what happens if I train individually? And after a year of training individually, that's how I got into college and so forth. But yeah, I'll link this up here if you want to know more about my college story, how I got into college. Alright, so this one comes from 12Cisco_28. What is your motivation every day to keep on going even when you're not feeling it? Honestly, the question that keeps me going, and I always ask myself this whenever I'm not feeling up to training, I just feel like skipping out on it. I always ask myself, why did you start training in the first place? And I always ask myself that, and the answer I always come up with is my end goal, which is to become a professional footballer. And then I relate to all this time that I've been training. If I give up now, and if I don't feel up to it, all that training is going to be for nothing. So I would have wasted all those years of training for nothing. And that's the way I look at it. But a big influence in preventing that from happening is just that passion and love for the game. There are times when it happens, but you shouldn't have to question yourself. You just do it. I don't know how to explain it, you just do it. If it's something you love and you want to do for the rest of your life, and you invest all your time into it and you live and breathe it, like literally, I know it sounds cliche, but literally, if football is a big part of your life, you just do it. This question comes from Blake Chalk 123. How many hours should you dedicate to training? So the general rule of thumb for me, I have to be training at least an hour every day, whether that's on the ball, in the gym, doing conditioning work, balance, stability. But yeah, I don't like to go over 3 hours. That's pushing it. I'd rather put in the work in those 1 to 2 hours at a high intensity. For example, with a dribbling session, say if you've got 4 sets of a zigzag drill, I'd rather go at that 100% for an hour than going at 20 sets at 60% for 2 hours. Does that make sense? This one comes from KKK12699129. What is the most important thing to have as a footballer technically? This is a tough question, guys. So I can't put it down to one thing technically. I can't. I'd probably say passing. In order to move the ball around the field and to get goal scoring opportunities, you need to be able to pass a ball. This comes from Endrit_Hadzeri. When did you start taking soccer seriously? I was definitely at 17 when I got the opportunity to play college soccer. There was a college soccer trial in Australia, and that was coming up in 6 months. And at the time, I didn't have much planned for my life. Yeah, once this opportunity came up, I thought, you know, I'm going to go for this and see where it takes me. And ever since then, I've loved the game. I've had a massive passion for it. This one comes from Blake12 Tucker. Every player has a favorite goal story. What's yours? As a junior, my favorite goal was probably in under 9s, where I was forced to go goalkeeper, and I wasn't happy about it. My dad was the coach as well. I had my granddad behind me, and he said, "Oh, why don't you take the ball up, Nath? Go take it yourself. Dribble up." So the opposition took a shot. I stopped with my foot, and I had to zigzag my way through the field and ended up scoring in the bottom right corner. And my teammates were on the ground laughing. Parents were laughing their heads off. I was laughing my head off. I couldn't believe it. As a senior, probably in the youth grade, I scored a free kick from halfway, I'm pretty sure. This one comes from rsonic10_official. What was your most memorable time in football? I have 2 at the moment. One would probably be in college, where I got named in the New York State All-Conference side with the likes of Ben Paull, the MLS player now that I talked about earlier. Probably back home in Australia is definitely winning the grand final and winning the league here in the FNQ Premier League. This question comes from Abhishek_10_Tamta. In which country would you like to play football, leaving Australia? As I said earlier, if there's any professional team willing to give me a contract anywhere in the world, I would go and take it. Obviously, barring places that are a bit dangerous, that I wouldn't feel secure in, like the Middle East at the moment. But anyway, else, seriously, if I'm getting paid to play, that would be a dream come true. Anyway, that's it for the first Q&A, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you gained value from it. I hope you get a better understanding of who I am personally. Like I said, I definitely want a family feel, a family vibe around this channel. And this year, I'm going to be doing a lot more personal football related content. Once again, thank you for subscribing to this channel, guys. And thank you for supporting me through 2017. I hope to bring bigger and better things in 2018 with this channel. I certainly wish you all the best with your footballing aspirations in 2018. Make sure you keep an eye out for the next few videos. A lot of exciting stuff happening here. Stay tuned, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.